on 3, 2, 1. Well, welcome, everybody. Welcome to the corner of 21 and Shaner in Shelby Township. And welcome to BB's Fine Wine and Liquor right here today with a very special event.
Right on,
Make
BB's.
a little noise for the boys in the band.
Right on, BB's.
Thanks for having us, man. Thanks for having us.
It's a pretty unique setting, I have to say, guys. I've been dragged into many different areas to do interviews. Universal Studios, Disney World, but never a liquor store before.
It's a first for us, too.
Yeah, we said the same. We've played just about everywhere as well, and this is the first for us.
You are right here next to the fine wine, no question about it.
We are.
Good company.
But I want to thank Frank and Joey from BB's for this incredible
thank you, guys.
situation here. They've really taken care of us with food and drinks. I mean, we could actually all have a beer and relax a little bit. You know, a little drinking and rocking with the doc.
I'm good with that.
I'm
I
Doug
think Tim's
Podell,
always
by
good
the
with
way, and I'm very excited to be here with these guys. The band is called God's Made Love. And, yeah, congrats. Give them a round of applause one more time.
Thank you very much.
And we've got Don Scarcella on guitar,
Thank you.
Tim Furlong, singer, guitar player, Bobby Myers on drums, and Randy Peevler on the bass. We all know Randy.
Everyone.
Everybody knows Randy.
Randy took care of business after the band, essentially broke up. He decided he'd rather be in 17 different bands. He figured one of them had to make it, right?
Right. Play the odds.
Easy to get along with.
Yes.
It's been a big resurgence of the 90s, especially the 90s music. And we've seen that with even some of our own local music here, like Vinnie Dombrowski and Sponge.
Absolutely.
Who are touring more today than ever before. And you guys were a big part of the 90s. So, Don, I want to start with you. And let's look back a little bit at the history of God's Made Love. What were some of the clubs that you were playing in at that time?
Oh my gosh. Studio Lounge, Token Lounge, Harpo's, New York, Ritz, all of them. Every single club we could get into, we played.
And some of them are here, and some of them are gone.
Yeah, and also in Ann Arbor, Blind Pig in Ann Arbor were some of the original God's Made Love shows. Tim's from Ann Arbor.
So you played all the great clubs.
All of them.
Tim, what were some of the big shows that you did, though, at some of these clubs? I know the Hayloft and the Ritz, you may have opened up. I believe I'm pretty sure I introduced you guys for one or two shows
You
there.
may have. We, back in some of the earlier bands, we got to open up for Ted Nugent at the Whiplash Bash at Cobo Hall. That was a big thrill.
Yeah.
And played in Pine Knob several times, right? Got to play with some of our kind of childhood heroes, open up for Cheap Trick, REO Speedwagon, Joan Jett. That was kind of cool.
God's Made Love, yeah.
And just, whenever there was a big night, hopefully we'd get on the gig. That was just the way it was back then. Hustle, and get on whatever you could play.
So, Bobby, you had to feel like the band was in a good space. What year are we talking about then? Is this 90 to 99?
It was a little later than that, like 94. These guys, 94, 95, they got together and brought me in not long after. So I was playing in other bands, but Don was like, we got to get this guy. I was like, okay. I would do anything back then. It was like, recording? All right, I'll be there. And then we started really diving into the studio during that period for about 2 years. We did a lot of recording and writing and recording. I mean, it was just the music. Like for me personally, I was in different bands at the time, and the music that these two were writing was exactly what I wanted to be playing. Like it was lyrically great, and Don would play rhythm on an acoustic guitar, and I would just play with him, and Don and I just clicked. We would add everything else into it, and so that was like a 2-year period of just heavy recording and getting our craft down, in the studio, which is a little different beast. So that's what we did mostly.
So you spent a lot of time in the studio. A lot. You opened up for some pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah, great story about the Joan Jett show that we did. It was 4th of July. I think that was 99, 98.
Yep.
And it was so hot.
It was hot.
It was hot.
It was hot. I played in boxer shorts, which I normally would probably want to wear a shirt too.
But he looked good.
As I was skinnier then. But it was so hot. And I do remember one thing. They turned all the lights on. And we were the opening act. It was at 7 o'clock, but they had all the lights on. And they were the old school lights that, would just torch you.
More heat.
Yeah.
And then about 3 songs in, the sun comes down below the roof and between the hill and roof. And it had to be 120 degrees on stage. I mean, it was so hot. I only bring this up because it was so memorable. It was such a great show.
Yep.
And I also remember meeting Joan Jett. Her eyes were so beautiful. Like I remember looking, I go, oh, that's why she's a star. But one of the weirdest thing was after the show, I went right to the showers in the dressing room, and I've never taken a cold shower in my life, and I turned it on cold, full blast. I was still sweating after the shower. It was bad. I probably had heat exhaustion, but that was my personal experience with that show. But that show was just like a pinnacle of what we were working towards at the time.
Yep.
And
then that also made you quit the band, right?
No.
Bands never stop. They don't quit. They just stop playing together.
Yeah, but that was we were all very, especially I was, I was in like 3 bands at the time because this is, this was the original music. Like this is the dream, right? Like, and it just didn't happen.
So you were playing like a cover band?
I was in a cover band full time.
But people were still, in Detroit, bands were still pushing the envelope of trying to be an original entity.
Yes, yeah, it was still happening.
Finding a recording contract, right?
Back then,
which
that
was
the
very
deal.
elusive.
It was elusive, all right.
Get a deal.
It was
and do
elusive,
it,
all
and
right.
put out a record back then, right? Put out a CD.
Well, I have a question about that.
Okay.
But Randy, now, from what I understand from the internet, you came in a little later into the group, right?
Yeah, I got a call actually from Don. It's funny because I've known Don since the 80s. I'm a total fan of his. And he called, hey, this is Don Scarcella. I'm formerly from a band called Romeo Rock. I'm like, yeah, Don, I know who you are.
Romeo Rock. Yeah.
Romeo Rock. Who remembers Romeo Rock?
Yeah, absolutely,
Let's
man.
go back a few years.
That was a great little band back
He's
then.
talking to me, yeah, I'm this guy named Don, and I'm interested in your playing. I'm like, yeah, dude, I know who you are. Hell yeah, I'll come play.
So you played with them for what, a couple of years in the last
we're about
final
2
years?
in with
Okay.
me now, yeah.
I mean, you're the king of being in many bands, okay? We know you from being in every band in Detroit, pretty much, Randy.
Yeah, there's
You
the
are
slang
on
term
demand.
of band whore, but I prefer to call myself a mercenary. I'll play for any of your bands.
But we're lucky to have him.
No, I love it. This is a great
we are.
band. It's good songs, good guys. I mean, how can I go wrong? Yeah, I took that phone call.
Well, I mean, the unit itself, individually and then all together, really makes a strong band, a strong team. It takes a strong chemistry, though, to continue on. But, Don, give me a few horror stories about trying to land a deal. Did you have management at the time?
We did. We had a couple different managers. We had a guy named Billy Cernitz managing us for a while, who played with Mitch Ryder. And we were working with an investor, this Steve Palermo guy who was helping us out.
Okay.
We had a guy named Gary Pace working with us. So, and we had a lot of stuff.
So you had all the pieces in place.
We talked to a bunch of labels, you know. So we were involved with this thing called Taxi, and I was shotgunning labels. And I mean, DreamWorks called us, V2 called us, Atlantic called us, Jason Flom from Atlantic, who does Kid Rock. So everybody talked to us, and it just we got super super close, and everybody liked the songs. Everybody went, oh, Velvet Baby hit, Novocaine hit, Dandelion hit, Angelina hit, and it just we could never get that final hump for some reason.
Well, I think the timing's everything.
Timing
right,
is everything.
Tim?
Yep.
Right band, wrong
And
time.
I mean, you had a consensus on a number of songs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you probably had single 1, 2, and 3.
We did. We had
Really?
the gun loaded. We
Yeah.
just needed someplace to shoot it.
And Donnie and I have talked about this. We both had previous bands that were big bands in the area, but we didn't really have the songs. But we had the following. And then when we merged, our goal was let's make the best songs. But in order to get the songs, you can't play out every night. And so it was always kind of this or that, right band, wrong time.
There is that there is that to being an original band.
Absolutely.
Takes a little bit more. You just can't pile it all into the car on the weekend
No.
and do a bunch of cover songs and then take a break for the rest of the week. It's practice, it's writing,
It's a job.
And it's throwing
yeah.
guitars through walls occasionally when things aren't coming out right.
Well, if
Which
you want
is-
to be any good, it's a job. And the challenge is, as you get older, you
more
actually have to have another job to support your lifestyle. And
Right.
it becomes a give and take thing. And
So, Bobby, obviously, we know the band at some point broke up. Was that kind of the camel that broke the back? There was
I think
the
life
fact
just
that you
happened.
couldn't get a deal, and life goes on, right? You guys
Yeah, it
are
was-
starting to grow up. You've got families. You've got jobs, more than likely.
life happens.
Life happens.
Yeah,
It's-
life happens.
And
And
that's
to a lot of Detroit bands, life happens.
100%. Life happens. And that, like, we all love the music so much. I was making a living in a cover band, like, a lot for a long time. And I couldn't give these guys enough of that time, and that kind of hurt me. But I had to make some choices, and I did. They carried on. I had some other drummers and stuff after me, and that's cool. I wanted the music to survive.
But the chemistry was always right with Bobby. Something happened when we played together. It was like my brain was attached by some type of weird cable to his brain. And it made the writing chore, which can be frustrating, like super easy. And it just everything we threw on the wall stuck when he played drums.
That's why we're here today. We're back. We're at that age now where we're like, what's missing in our lives? And we knew that this was a good thing then, and it never got its due.
Right.
And we're all in a position where we can give more time and make it, just get it out there. We want the music to be heard. That's the main thing.
So, Randy, have you had time now between deciding to reunite and, we are in a liquor store, aren't we? That's why we keep people keep coming in
good
the
setting.
door. I'm going.
Stop tempting.
Make sure they get my 6-pack. But no problem. That's what it is. It's live. It's happening. We're in a different space here, and it's kind of cool. But Randy, you guys decided to come back together. Was it the chemistry that you remember that made you want to come back to the band?
I was definitely aware of the band. I had heard them. I know they're great. I knew Don. I did not know these guys as well. But if Don's involved, yes, I'm interested. And then as I got to listening to the songs, every single song hooked me. It was kind of funny because I'm texting Don. He sent me the whole catalog. And I'm, oh my God, this song. Wow, this song. Oh my God, I just listened to this song.
Yeah.
I like them all, man. They're great songs. And yeah, to get involved and bring my whatever thing I bring to it is my magic.
Now, what studios were you recording in, and who was producing some of this
our
music?
original bass player's name was Brian Gregg, who lives in Florida right now, and he was a guitar player for a band called the Leather Gypsies, and he would hear me playing this stuff. I worked at a music store called Pyramid Guitars, and I was in Romeo Rock at the time, and I was in Hot Rods to Hell at the time, playing like metal stuff, fast solos, and the whole dig my note density thing. And then I would play these chord changes, and Brian would come running into the room going, "What are you playing? That's cooler than everything that your band is playing." And when I'm playing like that, my brain is disconnected. I'm just like moving my fingers around. And then one day he came running in, he's like, "That." And it was a song that ended up being 99 Black Roses, which we're going to play later today.
Okay.
So we just kind of went down that path. So, and we were not doing very much. And then Tim called a couple years ago and said, "I don't like how God's Made Love ended." He was probably a little buzzed at the
Okay.
bar because
Yeah.
we weren't doing anything. I had a real job. I was flying airplanes for a living. Tim is a life coach.
Wait, step back.
Yeah.
You do what for a living?
I flew private jets. I still do. I
You
work
fly private jets.
Yeah, I work for. I'm actually working now for a company called Omni Jet Management with a guy named Jeff Sherman. So and these guys fly like a couple of Detroit icon rock guys. I cannot name them, but one's from Ann Arbor, and one is from Hortonville, and he lives in Nashville. So, but they shall remain unnamed, or they'll fire me.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't know who they would be.
So what happens? I started playing with John Moranic in a band called Mars Radio. That's John. You can name the camera.
Yeah,
John.
Johnny, give John a round of applause,
So,
everybody.
John's like, hey, if you play some shows with Mars Radio, I'll help you with the God's Made Love stuff that you sucked at, which was promotion. We were horrible at it, and I knew we were horrible at it. So, but John is good at it. Every show that I've ever played in Mars Radio, there's enough people there to make me nervous.
John's not good at it. John's good at calling me.
Well, yeah. I mean, however it happens, I'm not sure what
that's
the
what
logistics
it's all
is.
about.
I know. So he said, I'm going to call Doug. And that's what happened. He's like, I'm going to take your stuff to Doug. So after a couple years of playing with Mars Radio, John said, it's time to spool up God's Made Love.
Yeah.
And I went, okay. And then I'd been playing with Randy, and we have a bunch of new songs we're working on. And it all
Well, I want to
started
talk about the debut of the video that's
Right.
going to be coming up. Now, that song, Novocaine, is a little older.
It
right?
is older.
But you've reworked it? Is
Yeah.
that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that ever recorded on a CD?
We recorded
or?
it 3 times, and this is the 3rd time we cut it.
Because that is
It's cool.
a bona fide smash.
It is cool.
There's no doubt about it.
Cool.
That
I feel like
is
James
a-
Bond when I play it. That's
That
how I know
is
it's
a
good.
bona fide hit. You don't ever want to lose that song in
Yeah.
your catalog,
It's
right?
a good one.
So you've got new music now that you guys have been working on. Have you had time to, spend a little time together writing
We
new
do.
music for
Yeah.
God's Made Love?
It's a pretty easy process. I was surprised at how quickly we fell back into
Yeah.
it. Donnie and I
Okay.
sitting
Same
somewhere with 2
process.
acoustic guitars.
I go to his house with an acoustic guitar with a couple of riffs. And then
No, not that one. No, not that one.
Yeah, and we go
What's
through
that?
this. Yeah, and he'll go, that sucks, that sucks, that sucks, this is great. And then we roll with it.
And Eye to Eye, brand new tune.
Brand new one.
We just cut it.
And
I haven't played it yet.
No.
It helps.
finished it.
I
We
work
haven't-
part-time for Universal Audio, doing clinics at guitar centers and trainings at guitar centers. So I have the studio that I have a ton of gear that they sent me, and we just set it up and played like a band, and here we
It's
are.
way easier to record now
Yes.
than it used to be.
Yes.
Like that's one thing that's a little different.
Now, I would think it would be harder, but I mean, I suppose you can do it from remote now, right?
You can record in a bedroom now. We could
Yeah.
record an album right here in this room.
Right here at BB's?
We could.
Is that the next thing? Joey, are we going to record an album here?
That's how good the gear is. And then we can simulcast it and send it out on social channels
Then
and
we
have
got
a
Jeff.
record. And
There
it's
you
done
go.
in a day.
And we're on my Facebook Live page, by the way.
Yes, we are.
How many people are on there? Quite a few. Okay, all right. That's good.
Don't tell me too many, I'll get nervous.
Yeah, John's not even using his own damn phone. Come on.
We did.
No, Johnny brought the project to me. He doesn't bring me anything that he doesn't think's going to fly. And he is a smart man. You can see that Mars Radio band. That's one of the top groups
Yeah,
in the city. And it just popped like that quickly. So
Yeah, I agree.
he's got his he's got the pulse there. He's got his finger on the pulse. So John Moranic, we salute you for bringing this to
Yeah,
us.
absolutely.
We all salute.
I said to John, well, let me think about it, and I did, and I drove up here, as it turns out, pick up my weekly supply, and I told Joey, I said, there's a band, and a friend of mine wants me to interview them, and he's going, and Joey, by the way, BB's, was a big supporter of WLLZ, the new one, where I just recently retired. And, toolbox parties, all these different events. And, he's a great supporter of local music, like I am, and like a lot of people here are today, because that's who comes to these things, right? And I said, well, what about doing an interview right here?
Yeah, that's very cool.
And it turned out to be a little bigger than I thought. I thought we'd be a little more intimate, but I like the fact that you've got, your amps and guitars and drums, and we're going to get a couple of songs coming up here in just a
Absolutely.
little bit. So we're going to do some of the new stuff, at least one new one.
Well, your Velvet Baby. And New-ish.
Everything's
new to most
new.
people.
Yeah, everything's new to most people because it hasn't been released. So
Right.
It's brand new.
Doing Velvet Baby. I think we're doing 99 Black Roses.
You forget we never got signed, so everything's new.
So,
I wonder if you guys know that when you Google God's Made Love, you don't necessarily get a band on the first search.
no, we don't.
You get Jimi Hendrix.
You get a lot of Jimi Hendrix.
You do get
a lot of Jimi
Hendrix.
Hendrix.
You also get some pornographic stuff up there.
Well, that might be in your algorithm. I don't know.
That was intentional, Joe.
Yes. No, but the God's Made Love thing happened because John, I worked at this music store, and we were called Zuzu's Pedal. And I thought we needed a bigger name than that. So we pulled the Hendrix book out, and I'm kind of thumbing through the Hendrix book. John used to come into the store, and I would like show him guitar stuff. He'd been playing for a while. And I flipped the Jimi Hendrix page, and there's a song called "And the Gods Made Love."
Yeah.
And I put my thumb over "and the," and John goes, "That's the name of your band."
Oh,
And
wow.
I think it took 5 seconds for me to get on the phone and go, "Hey, Furlong, we're changing the name of the band." Click. That's what.
Now,
happened.
what was the name of the band?
Zuzu's Pedal.
But of course, that was taken
Well-
by a Minneapolis band
Yes.
called Zuzu Pedal.
Yeah.
Well, thank God you changed that
Yes.
name.
Yes.
I think you guys made the right decision.
Yeah, that was John's idea. So I'm like, hey,
All right, Johnny.
yeah.
One for John.